60 seconds.
Hey, can I get one of those tape dispensers, you know, for the Scotch tape?
1 second, hon. Why do they call this guy Cookie?
Well, the thing about him is that he is actually addicted to
we have
cookies. All types, Chips Ahoy, Oreos.
Right, well, there are a lot of Friday the 13th movies.
There's more than one?
Can you hand me that?
Hello, people. How many of you are contestants in today's game?
What?
1. Got it. Short. Easy to spell. Type in your name, please.
He is actually addicted to
we have a lot of
cookies. All types.
Oh yeah, you want a 7-question game, tournament length, or full 21? I got it.
13th movies.
30 seconds.
Okay, now remember this. Your buzzer is going to be the letter B, as in Bob.
Forget it. We'll just chromo it in.
20 seconds.
Hey, we got 20. Listen, this couldn't be any simpler. Question comes on the screen, you think you know the answer, you buzz in. You pick one of the choices on the screen. You got it?
10 seconds.
Good luck.
9.
Okay,
8,
lose the desktop.
6.
And
5,
go to black.
Mama's
4,
Pride Fresh
3.
Breast
Stand by.
Baby yourself with Mama's Pride.
The show where high culture and pop culture collide.
Hey there, my name's Cookie. You have any questions at all? Please feel free to keep them to yourself. Anyway, the game of solitaire. That's okay, I'm here alone too. So let's get it on. I need a category.
For the enjoyment of everyone during question 1, please, no unnecessary talking.
Shh! The category? Can you say grab it? How does $2,000 sound? Pull out your antenna and get ready to buzz. What year saw the release of films about Charles Babbitt, a cartoon rabbit, and a Michael Keaton character with a drug habit? 1985, 1988, 1991, or 1994? In 1988, Charlie Babbitt was Tom Cruise's character in Rain Man, Roger Rabbit was animated, and Michael Keaton portrayed a man battling alcoholism in Clean and Sober. You know, in '88, I also watched a lot of Family Affair reruns starring Sebastian Cabot. Oh man, this is freaking me out. Okay, pick a category.
Cut the red wire! Watch out, it's gonna blow!
That was close.
Too close. Let's see what we got going. The shapes of the future. And you're playing for $3,000 cash money. All right, sci-fi geeks. Access your Star Wars and Star Trek memory files and complete this analogy. Cube is to sphere as the Borg is to the Empire, lightsaber is to Phaser, Earth is to Alderaan, or Mr. Spock is to Jabba the Hutt. Go for it! Here's what you should have picked. The Trek villains, called the Borg, hang out in a cube-shaped vessel, while the Star Wars bad guys cruise in the spherical Death Star. So, who's hotter, Princess Leia or Counselor Troy? Okay, I need a category.
A question so real you can almost touch it! Filmed in spectacular 3D!
This category's known as You Can Call Me Ray. Looks like this one's going for $1,000. Grease yourself up and get ready to wrestle. If you have X-ray vision, you can see through people's clothes. But if you had Fay-Ray vision, what could you see? Gene Hackman is a New York cop, The Sound of Music, the seedy underbelly of LA's Chinatown, or King Kong's tonsils. Fay-Ray is best remembered as the kidnapped heroine in the first King Kong film. I don't know about you, but I saw right through her performance. All right, hit me. got you on this. If you don't like my driving, stay off the sidewalk. And you pocket $2,000 if you get this one. Hey, remember the Transcontinental Road Race and Death Race 2000 where running over people got you points? Let's say you're driving in the Transcontinental Road Race of Death Race 2000. If you could run over any of the following road crossers, which would net you the most points? Two 21-year-old mimes, the Beatles of Abbey Road, a Cub Scout helping a 75-year-old lady, or the chicken? For the curious, here's the right answer. In the Transcontinental Road Race, kids under 12 are worth 70 points, and old ladies 75 and over are worth 110 points. Who says old people are a drain on society? Category, please.
Piece of crime all the time. 5.
I proudly present, if that's all you can be, forget it. And you pop a right answer, you got $2,000. You know, I love how in all those military movies, they have those catchy rhymes in their marching cadences. In fact, I love them so much, I feel like making one up right now. What would best complete this military movie marching rhyme?
I love in the army now.
I laughed when John Wayne rode that cow. Shannon Tweed is something wow. Elvis sure acts good and how.
Or,
Pauly Shore should take a bow. I can't believe how much you suck. That answer's wrong, you stupid.
Cluck.
Drop and give me 20!
In the Army Now is a military comedy starring the inimitable Pauly Shore.
Hated him in Biodome, left the theater and went home.
Okay, I need a category.
Password.
Yeah, tell him 6 sent me.
Okay, give it up for Shut Up and Fight Already. And we're talking 2,000 for this baby. Okay, imagine this. In a sequel to Say Anything, kickboxer Lloyd Dobler finds himself fighting Jean-Claude Van Damme in the illegal event from Bloodsport. What would make the best title? Say Dojo, Say Kumite, Use Anything, or Say Uncle? It would have been so beautiful if you'd only picked this. The illegal fighting event from Bloodsport is called the Kumite. Yeah, when the fight starts, Wimpy Lloyd tries to make peace by blaring Peter Gabriel music from a boombox. And then Jean-Claude beats him to death. Oh, I'm sorry. Am I giving away too much? Okay, pick a category. Uh-oh, dress buttless blind boar.
It's time for There Is No Scum.
Take a look at your gibberish category. Too much of a good thing. How about $5,000 to start this gibberish question? Okay, you're going to have about 30 seconds to solve this, but every second and a half, I'm taking away some money. Now listen closely and see if you can tell me, what movie title does this rhyme with? Reverie kills. Stop. And don't be thinking about the punctuation. First clue, it's an action comedy film. It's an action comedy film starring Eddie Murphy. 48 hours? Final clue, he goes to Beverly Hills. Make your move, type your answer. Oh, great. Now I've got that damn Axel Foley song in my head. I need a category. Let's give a nice warm welcome to the prettiest girl I've ever seen. This one can net you $1,000. Hey, remember how Marlon Brando sent that Native American woman Sachin Littlefeather to the Academy Awards on his behalf in 1972? Well, say Bill Clinton had sent Sachin Littlefeather to address the 1996 Democratic National Convention on his behalf. Based on her actions at the Oscars, what would she have done? She would have accepted the nomination nude, she would have declined the party nomination, she would have said the F word on TV, or she would have exploded. Marlon Brando sent Sachin Littlefeather to decline the 1972 Best Actor Oscar on his behalf, so she probably would have done the same for Bill in 1996. Yeah, I hear Sachin would have addressed the convention, but she was already booked at the time to address the Whitewater Committee. Category, please. Coming at you, at least 3 of us live in a yellow submarine. $3,000 for this one. Okay, imagine it's the late 60s and the Beatles have just fired Ringo Starr and hired a famous movie character to take his place. If the new group were introduced as John Paul George and the Ringo Kid, which actor would be playing drums? Paul Newman, Steve McQueen, Robert Mitchum, or John Wayne? In the 1965 film The Cincinnati Kid, Steve McQueen played the Cincinnati Kid. Should have picked this. John Wayne played the Ringo Kid in the movie Stagecoach. Ringo, of course, played the slightly off-key kid in pretty much every Beatle film. All right, hit me. The selection is the most boring soundtrack ever, and it's worth $2,000 if you get this one right. Okay, kids, time to take an imaginary trip to the Linda Evans Yanni household. Imagine that Linda has purchased a new keyboard and Yanni really wants it. If Linda makes him earn it the way Ada earns her piano in the piano, what must Yanni do? Cut off a finger, promise never to play in public again, shave his head, or remove a bit of clothing for each key? Let me show you what someone smart would have picked. After her piano is sold, Ada earns it back, key by key, in return for gradually increasing favors. So Yanni's gonna have to strip down. Ew! That's it for round 1. Let's go to round 2. Now remember, everything in round 2 is worth double, so heads up. Okay, I need a category. And I believe this one's called The Bride Wore a Kevlar Vest. 2 G's if you get this one right. All right, tell me who may have placed this personal ad. Single white sheriff, marriage-minded, wants to retire from law enforcement, seeks Quaker bride for hectic wedding day. I'm into 4-on-1 gunfights. You must kill a man so we can honeymoon. Who might have placed this personal ad? Gary Cooper in High Noon, John Barrymore Jr. in High Lonesome, Humphrey Bogart in High Sierra, or Mel Brooks in High Anxiety? Let's see what a correct answer looks like. On his wedding day, Gary Cooper is the target of a gunfighter with a grudge in High Noon. Talk about a shotgun wedding. Okay, pick a category. This one's called I Swear to God I'll Jump. $6,000 on the table. Better make it good. Hey, did you ever hear that kids game Jump the Brook? No? Well, use your imagination then. It's a jumping game. Anyway, if you wanted to play Jump the Stony Brook, over whom would you be jumping? The co-star of The Blue Lagoon, a 1930s cowboy movie hero, England's answer to Jerry Lewis, or a porn star? No. And if you try to jump that brook, you'll probably end up with a tennis racket up your arse. The correct answer is... Stony Brook was the name of one of the three Mesquiteers, the cowboy equivalent of the Three Musketeers. They starred in dozens of films in the 30s and 40s. And the best thing about jumping the Three Mesquiteers, afterwards you take on a pleasant smoky flavor and aroma. Category, please. Say hello to, at least he looks stunning. You give me a right answer, I give you a quick 4,000. Hey, I got some money riding on this, so when you think you can tell me this guy's name, hit your buzzer and type it in. Got it? Let's see, this guy played a vampire in the late 70s. And I think he also played Zorro at some point. Oh yeah, and I know he played Evel Knievel because I love that show. And everybody makes a big deal out of his tan. What the hell is his name? Buzz in and type it when you know the answer. Run with it, type in your answer and hit return. George Hamilton has played a disco vampire, a gay Zorro, and an Evel Knievel. And if he spends any more time in the sun, his next role could be as one of the California Raisins. I need a category. Now showing, the woman trapped inside him is broke. And you pop a right answer, you got $2,000. Okay, kids, let's dumpster dive. I'm gonna pull some things out of the garbage here, and you, tell me whose crap it is. Okay, we've got a written estimate from a plastic surgeon for a sex change operation, a letter to my wife Leon, and a copy of The Idiot's Guide to Robbing Banks. Whose trash are we looking at? Ed from Raising Arizona, Dill from The Crying Game, Sonny from Dog Day Afternoon, or Mr. Pink from Reservoir Dogs? Let's take a look at the right answer. Sonny in Dog Day Afternoon attempts a bank robbery to fund his male wife Leon's sex change. Boy, if he'd only listened to that old adage, crime doesn't pay for your male wife's sex change. Okay, pick a category. Hey, nice selection, 'cause you just chose yourself a big fat hunkin' question. Are you ready for the dis or dat? This dis or dat's category name is It Makes Me Hot. Check it out. I'm gonna read 7 movie titles, and for each one I want you to tell me if it's about women in prison or something on fire. As each one comes up, if it's women in prison, press 1. If it's something on fire, press 2. And to skip, press 4. Each correct answer will net you $1,000. And you'll lose $1,000 if you get it wrong or if you don't get to it at all. Alright, let's put 30 seconds on the clock. Let's do it. Caged heat, women in prison, or something on fire. Backdraft. The hot box. Chained heat. Fahrenheit 451. Red heat. One more. Towering Inferno. That's all she wrote. You dropped a couple, but I've seen worse. Let's check out your total. Yeah, you need 3 more categories. Hit me. Okay, I need a category. For your enjoyment, A Day in the Wife. And get this one right, you got 4K coming your way. All right, pay attention here. Let's take a glance at the daily planner of Séverine, Catherine Deneuve's character from the French classic Belle de Jour. 8 a.m., wake up. 8:15 a.m., kiss husband goodbye. 8:30 a.m., eat breakfast brought by maid. 11 a.m., lays around the house. What other entry would you find in Severine's planner? 2 p.m. to 5 p.m., sell body for money. 6 p.m., eat children for dinner. 10 p.m., use third arm to brush teeth. Or 12 midnight, turn into large vampire bat. Bet you wish you'd pick this. Séverine, housewife by night, upscale prostitute by day. Do daily planners have a condom pocket? All right, hit me.
The following question has been rated 17. No questions under 17 permitted.
All right, here's the deal. Ethereal beauty and grueling schedules. You get 4,000 clams for this one. Okay, if you'll recall, the ad line for the stunning movie Angel was honor student by day, Hollywood hooker by night. If the Rutger Hauer-Michelle Pfeiffer movie Lady Hawk used a similar campaign, how would the ad read? Night by day, wolf by night, nun by day, cruel despot by night, housewife by day, wanton hussy by night, or peasant by day, still a peasant by night. It would have been so beautiful if you'd only picked this. Rutger Hauer and Michelle Pfeiffer play lovers who can never meet because he's a wolf by night and she's a hawk by day. Sure, that's a problem, but have either of them tried keeping up their grade point averages while turning tricks on the street? I don't think so. Category, please.
What do we got out there?
It looks like 18, sir.
Here we have Sounds Like Rain, and you pocket $2,000 if you get this one. Hey, you know that movie Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome? Well, if Mel Gibson's character Mad Max fought Hulk Hogan's character from Rocky III, what would be the best title for this new film? Mad Max Beyond Thunder and Lightning, Mad Max Beyond Chrome Dome, Mad Max Beyond Thunder Lips, or Mad Max Beyond Thunder Thighs? It's just tragic. Should have picked this. Hulk Hogan plays Thunder Lips in Rocky III. And if you want to see Mad Max fight Thunder Tongue in the Thunderdome, well, that's gonna cost you a little extra. Okay, pick a category. Well, what do we have here? I want the autograph of the guy with the foam finger. 4,000 big ones for a right answer here. You know how all the celebrities in Los Angeles like to be seen at Lakers games? Well, imagine this. During a Lakers home game, the crowd starts shouting, "Defense! Defense!" Because he played a character known as Defense, who would most likely stand and wave to the crowd? Jack Nicholson, Michael Douglas, Shaquille O'Neal, or Spike Lee? In Falling Down, Michael Douglas plays the frustrated everyman whose character is known only by the name on his license plate, Defense. And if he doesn't get the obligatory camera time during the telecast, Michael may just stand up anyway. I need a category. The category is way overpriced. Hello, we're talking $6,000, so pay attention. Remember that movie Theater of Blood in which Vincent Price kills off his enemies in creative ways? Well, if the Scooby-Doo gang filmed a spooky remake of Theater of Blood with Shaggy playing Robert Morse's role, how would Shaggy meet his maker? He'd be attacked by some meddling kids, he'd choke on Scooby and Scrappy, he'd be run over by the Mystery Machine, or Fred would strangle him with his ascot. Here's what you should have picked. Vincent Price forces Robert Morse to eat his own poodles in Theater of Blood. Anybody for a Scooby snack? Okay, I need a category. Time for the attack. When you see two words that match, hit your buzzer. You get it right, you get $2,000 in the bank. Get it wrong, I'm making a withdrawal of $2,000. Just one more thing to remember.
Remember the clue.
The two words that match have to fit this clue. Call me by my first name. Or you can call me Mr. Cookie if you're nasty. Okay, good luck. Congratulations, player. You learned some very important lessons today, most of which you'll forget in a few minutes. But as you make your way down that dusty trail we call life, remember this.
You don't know Jack!
Nice work, people. Cue the commercials, and Raoul, what's happening? We going again?
What's it called?
Congratulations, player. You must have a head chock full of crap. And you thought all those years working minimum wage at the video store would never pay off. If you'd like to relive this fantasy, let me know, and I'll set you up for another game.
Oh, but my man hates the taste of estrogen.
No need to worry. The estrogen patch delivers a heaping helping of the female hormone right into the bloodstream. Just apply the patch onto your partner's inner thighs and watch the fun begin.
Honey, I've been thinking, maybe we should get a kitten.
Each week, your man will get a stronger dose of estrogen until finally...
Hey, sweetheart, want to go see Warm and Fuzzy Butterfly Kisses?
Oh, that book was so sad. Just make sure you bring lots of Kleenex.
And that's not all, ladies. Now you'll have someone to talk with after the movie.
Do I look fat in this?
The new estrogen patch, brought to you by the makers of Mama's Pride breast milk.
Gesticulate.
Sequester.
Coming soon to a theater near you.
Protuberance.
Opine.
Hyperbolize.
Acquiesce.
Obtrude.
Vilify.
Ingurgitate.
Thesaurus, another word for hot.
Engorge.
Engorge.
Special sneak preview this Friday at the Fine Arts Library Theater.
You think you know theme parks? You haven't had fun until you've come to
Philosopher World.
Screw the mouse, forget the mountain. Busch Gardens is for pussies. You want a theme park? Philosopher World is the place for you. Enter Plato's allegory of the cave.
You may never come out.
Strap yourself into the fastest scientific yet secular perspective towards statecraft, the Mach 3 Iavelli. Try the utilitarian ride. It gets you to the end of the ride, and that's all that matters. Every ride is a tabula rasa waiting to be strapped around your waist and grabbed onto for dear life.
You'll never lose your absolute spirits with this much to do.
St. Thomas Aquinas' log ride. Ready to go kart. Hus's Leviathan. Twirl yourself silly on the Hose Spinoza. Find Thoreau in the Forest Land Scavenger Hunt. And kids, try the new Burden's Ass Petting Zoo. One ride, and you'll be coming back for Thomas More.
God may be dead, but heaven is a place called
Philosopher World.
Warning, in order for some rides to work, you must consciously think that you are riding them. Hello there, former child stars. I know you're listening, cowering in the corner of your closet. I'm Rusty O'Dean, and I was a child star. I spent 6 years fighting with myself, angry and bitter at things like acne and a body that wouldn't stop getting gangly. But I'm over it now, and you can be too. The former Child Star Support Network. Listen, we can't all be Jodie Foster and Lawrence Fishburne. Some of us have to be Justin Henry, Tatum O'Neal, and Anthony Michael Hall. Look, you can go do infomercials, or you can come make a whole new group of friends. Once a week, we get together and talk about our domineering parents, and on weekends, we watch the canon of straight-to-cable movies we made as teenagers. We're good people, and you are too. The former Child Star Support Network. Just because you're not acting doesn't mean you shouldn't be living.